Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Hi, I'm Jose Cruz. Welcome back to the show. I'm speaking with John Corcoran from the John Corcoran Foundation and a number of other hats. Both John we read the newspaper, and this morning, San Diego Union Tribune, in addition to learning that we did put another spaceship on Mars. I think they said it was the 8th time, and the U.S. has done it all 8 times. So we can do some amazing things. Maybe we could teach everyone to read. That would also be great, and certainly it looks like there's resources for that. But what was in the newspaper today was an article about the Chula Vista Elementary School District and how they are, the schools in that district are achieving, that they are getting scores and improving the scores of their students, their reading scores, at a level that is beyond their higher income peers. That is, that in Chula Vista, where you have low income communities and populations versus some of the other communities in San Diego County, that these kids, given what's happening at Chula Vista Elementary School District, are succeeding. They're learning to read. It's very exciting, and somebody is doing something right there. Quite often we talk about, golly, we need to get parents involved. That is part of the solution, and maybe they do that in Chula Vista. I'm pretty sure that they do. And we know that we're dealing with institutional cultures and such that make change difficult to happen, but change can happen. And Chula Vista is showing that. And so, we don't want to fully say, well, it's an institution, change is not going to happen. We can make that happen. And John, you've gone to a place where you have found research-based literacy instruction that is working, and you've been a real advocate for that.
Noah Shavazi, and evidence-based literacy. And it doesn't mean that that's the only program or system, but it's science.
Is it a methodology?
It's a system.
Okay.
And I would say I've observed it. We adopted it in the foundation for our programs, and it does work. It is not the lone silver bullet out there. Mm-hmm. There are other, just like Chula Vista, some good things are happening. And one of the interesting pieces, and I think this is what we're doing in Kings County, is what they're doing in Chula Vista. You got administrators. You've got to have it top down. And you have to have a community support to encourage them, and then you have to have the results. And that should be the package. That should be the model to say this is really happening here. But sometimes we're distracted by a lot of things. In the last week or so, all the newspapers in California front page was, we're increasing the graduation rates in the state of California, and everybody should be happy about that and feel real good. Well, I don't want to rain on the parade, but I want to ask another question. I want to know if those high school graduates are proficient readers. What level are they reading at? I mean, can they read? And I know we say we're graduating. We've been graduating. I was a social promotion.
Yeah.
And it's still going on.
Yeah.
And you know what? You know what's happening at the university right now? This year, we're not going to have placement exams anymore at our state. 29 state universities, we're not going to have placement exams. And you know what? The college prep students that were going to the state university, 40% of them had to take remediation. 40% of them reading, English, and reading and math. And now we're not going to have those placement tests, so we're just going to deny the fact, and the universities don't want to teach the remediation. It shouldn't be a place where you go to get remediation. It slows graduation down if they ever graduate. Most of them drop out. But it's kind of like, what are we going to? Why are we not having that? Because we're frustrating the students. Because of all these silly reasons, and we're fearful to tell the truth about where we are, and you just have to be a seek truther.
A truth seeker.
Yes. And I think that doesn't go on for me. And I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to aggravate as an advocate. I'm always looking at ways to
make friends.
Yeah, I want to make good friends.
Yeah.
But I also want to tell the truth and ask the question. And the question is, why are we doing that when we're passing kids through? Now we don't have any measurement. We have this good news, okay, smoke screen. Here's some good news. We're graduating more, and now we have some more good news at the university level. Nobody has to take remediation courses.
I don't understand that. Oh my God! Well, and I think people need to know that. And I know that there are things that happen with the numbers. Graduation rates don't carry a lot of weight. One, and then two, what's happening is a high percentage of young people actually don't show up for ninth grade.
Yeah.
And so when we do our computations for our high school dropout rates, we don't count those eighth graders or seventh, whatever they are.
Right.
And so the numbers look really, really good. Right. And what do we mean when we say the numbers are better? 1%? It's just, you and I know, we know that things are not changing in a systemic way or a way where we should be having a parade.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to do. So again, thank you for what you're doing.
The exciting thing about Kings County and the Kings County teachers, they're saying, we need to know. We need to know. We need to be better at this. And that's bold, because schools or systems are under attack all the time, and teachers are under attack all the time. But it's really a unique experience for me to be in Kings County with all this support for what we're doing, and
support for teachers, John.
And the community is talking about it. The community is talking about my grandson. Hey, he's learning to read. This is exciting. You know what? I think that in the conversation about the university, we talk about lowering the bar. We've removed the bar. We don't have any bar anymore. We just said, no, that's not a problem.
In an era where we really make a lot of noise about measurable outcomes, we are eliminating the outcome measures.
Yeah.
In some places, so it is inconsistent, and it isn't a good thing that we've said that we're data driven. The data helps us to respond to the challenges. It helps us identify the challenges, and it helps us respond to them. And if we don't have that data, if we're ignoring it, if we're removing the bar, as you say, then we're not even going to know what the problem is. But we know that it's there. John, you've given us 4 great segments. We've got about a minute left. And I really appreciate you giving us your time and sharing your experience and your passion with our listening audience. How would you like to close this show?
I'd like to invite you to interview Nora Shavazi, because you can articulate the evidence-based instruction, or maybe Tani Robinson, who's on the ground for us. It's never too late to learn to read. And I guess I'm so excited about landing on Mars. There's hope there. There's knowledge beyond our comprehension, and there's the audience that we're speaking to right now. We need to learn a lot more, and we need to close the gap between what we know and what we do, and we need to act. And some people are too invested in talking about the problem. Let's focus on the solutions and let's act.
Very good. You've been very consistent with that, John. Again, I want to promote your book, The Reading Game, Reading Gap. Yeah. The Reading Game. There is a reading game.
Yes.
John Corcoran, get the book. John, thank you again for being on the show. And you've been listening to Literacy for All. This is our radio show for literacy on WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
In the military, things can change in an instant. Your personal life is just the same. Just like you protect our country, you want your family protected. That's why thousands of military members trust Navy Mutual Life Insurance. Navy Mutual is nonprofit, providing current and former Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard families with life insurance, no sales fees, and no military service restrictions. Protecting members on active duty and beyond. Call 1-800-628-6011, 800-628-6011, NavyMutual.org, insuring those who serve.
Nowadays, internet devices are an integral part of your home. Everyone in your family has a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Life is easier knowing that all your devices are secured and your family can surf the internet carefree. ESET Multi-Device Security Pack does just that. One license for all your devices. With ESET, it's simple to stay protected and save money. Enjoy safer technology with ESET Multi-Device Security Pack at ESET.com. That's ESET.com.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/expressfunding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McAuliffe brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcAuliffe.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McAuliffe. ChristopherMcAuliffe.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. Pitbullaudio.com.